I've always been surrounded by guitars. Well, at least since I was 16 and I first picked one up. And I've had a collection of good guitars. Some were beautiful, some sounded incredible, others were both. Most just felt good to the hands, and it was a way of picking them up, some kind of therapy. And over time, my interest in my playing time would wax and wane, and it would somehow just always be there. Something that I took for granted. Something that was just not really thought of at all. But then one day, my hands went wonky, and I couldn't play the full-scale guitars anymore. And everything changed. So as time went on, those old guitars that I never really picked up and played, they became worth less and less. And so I began to have fewer of them. Even the ones that I considered to be sacrosanct, never to leave, or going to. And as they left, so did my joy. Because so did my hope. But a strange thing happened on my way to depression. I ran across one of my son's guitars that I had given him when he was a young boy. And I started playing it. And I didn't experience the pain that I expected. And so I found myself maybe feeling a slight bit of hope. And it dawned on me. Those big guitars that I was lamenting letting go, I really never played them out. I never played them much at all anymore. So what had I really lost, other than time I could have spent enjoying music? And I could have that back with minis.
I like my little guitar.
But that wasn't enough. I also had to get out and play. I had to use whatever it was that I had in order to do something with it. Something more than playing in my home studio or a bedroom. I had to go play in public. And I enjoyed that. I enjoyed modding the guitars and painting them and changing them and doing all the things to the minis that I did to the full size. I enjoyed playing again. I had hope. And then someone said it. They're just toys. They're meant for kids. What happened to all your real guitars? And I thought, I'll show you a real guitar. So I set out to prove them wrong. They're all toys, I said. That's the point. I poured myself into creating content, hours and hours of it, different brands, comparisons, modifications, applications, reviews that bordered on commercials, tone samples, showing that anything a full-size guitar could do, a Mini could do better, or at least just as well. I proved that aftermarket parts are as adaptable to the wee beasties. I proved that you could use them to record. I proved that you could play live. I proved that they were better to travel with, that they were easier to handle, that they took up less space, that they sounded the same. I proved that you could learn and practice and play different genres, different styles, fast, slow. I learned how to fan pick and how to finger tap. I learned all of these things just to show the world that mini guitars are just as real, that they are not toys, they are just as much tools. But then it hit me. I had spent a lot of time a lot of treasure, and while I had slightly increased my talent, I had proved the answer to a question that no one was really asking. And that's when I found the truth. It doesn't really matter why you play. It doesn't matter what guitar you play. It doesn't matter if you're good or great or intermediate or a beginner or a professional or an amateur. It doesn't even matter what style you play. It doesn't matter when you play, in brightest day, in darkest night. The only thing that matters is that you play. And that's why I play mini guitars, because that's what I can play. And if you're here, you have at least a little interest in them too. Maybe your hands are small. Maybe they hurt when you play. Maybe you're short on space. Maybe you just like them because they're so much fun. In the end, the only thing that matters, the secret to the whole thing, is a lesson that we should have learned when we first picked it up. When we first felt that rush, that same feeling that we still get when we play, hopefully. And this is the opportunity to just get over yourself, to stop pretending that you're something that you're not, to let the music that's in you out in the way that it comes out, and just play. So more than 300 episodes in, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep playing into the darkness, out in the world, and most importantly, from within myself. Feel free to join me at the Mini Guitar Society. Enjoy, go play.